Got a lot of stuff out here working on the wheel bearings of the trailer. This is something you got to do every year. It's been 2 years now since I've repacked the bearings with grease. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about this process, but I'm definitely not going to show you how to do it. I'll link down in the description some videos that I use. I use Chris Fix's video and a video from Fate Unbound. Those are the videos I always watch before I do this project, just to give me like a refresher to make sure I'm doing everything right. But yeah, we got to have a lot of tools in the trailer, and luckily I have everything that I need. One thing that I'd like to do when I'm doing the bearings, and here's the bearings so you can get an idea of what this process entails. You can get someone to do this. You can take your rig to a shop. It's probably like $400 to do it, but if I do it myself, it costs me about $30-40 to do all four tires. So one thing I like to do is I like to grease any of the joints that are down here, and there's quite a few on the trailer. This is all new suspension I put this in, and these zerk fittings. Now I did install the zerk fittings on the outside of the trailer, and I probably should have installed them so they're on the inside, because they're kind of hard to access when the wheels are on. You can see how there's not a lot of clearance here between the wheel and the zerk fittings, and this is where the grease goes in if you don't know how that works. And so to do that, I use this grease gun, and I'll have a link to all this stuff, and most of it I got on Amazon. This grease gun I got on Amazon. I think it was like 25 bucks, and you know, it works pretty good. Man, this is a messy freaking project though, so you want to have rubber gloves on. Right now I only have one hand covered because I got to use my other hand to control the camera. Now the trick with this thing is getting this fitting onto the zerk. So let me show you how I do that with the setup I have now, and then I have something brand new that I want to try out and show you guys, see if it helps, if it makes this process a little bit easier. So let me get this set up here. And actually in this picture here, the way I got it set up, you can see a lot of things. You might see a little leak that I have going in my gray tank. It's just kind of dripping. I took a shower, I don't know, yesterday or the day before, and my tank is full, and when my tank is full, the gray tank, it does have a little leak. It's not from the spot that I repaired. You saw me repair a few months ago when I was in Quartzsite. This is a new leak that I have kind of up higher, so it's not as important for me to fix it, but you'll see that dripping in the background. It's kind of funny. And also you can see I got the trailer jacked up. The trailer is hooked up to the truck, so that adds to the stability of this whole thing, so I don't have to worry about it rolling around, you know, crushing anybody. And then I also have a jack stand under here too for extra safety. Right, that's the jack stand right there. Okay, I want you to see this fitting here. This is a sideways coupler, and I put this on. Usually it comes with one that you couple directly like that, and I was having problems with it. It wasn't working that well, so I got the sideways one. It gives me a little more clearance in tight spaces, and this works pretty good. Like, it doesn't leak when I get it on the zerk, but man, it is a pain to get off, and maybe I'm doing something wrong with it. It's also kind of hard to get on. I gotta really jam it in there. There, now it locked into place. And then I just pump this handle and get some grease in there. I'll show you how the grease comes out. You can see it coming out there at the end of the spring there. And that's how you know basically you're done. So I just give it a couple squirts, and we got fresh grease in there now. But the problem I have is getting this thing off. Like, you can pull on this, but then eventually this hose here is going to break from all the stress I put on it. So what I've been doing is I take my rubber mallet and I tap on it, and that'll break it loose. Another thing I didn't mention is these zerk fittings, you know, they get coated with mud and dust and dirt because they're greasy, and you want to give them a good cleaning, which I did with brake cleaner. before I put any fresh grease in there. So we are getting ready to head south. That's why I've been doing all these maintenance videos. You've been seeing me do a lot of stuff. Fixing the generator, testing the bike system. And like I was saying, it's been 2 years since I've done this, the bearings. And looking at the bearings, they're fine. You can see the grease in there is kind of starting to break down. It's turning kind of a little bit black, and it starts to kind of thin out. So I can see why you want to do it every year. I put about 5,000 to 6,000 miles a year on this trailer. So right now it's got anywhere from 10,000 to 12,000 miles on these bearings, this packing job that I did. Just to kind of give you guys an idea. And I use this stuff, this Lucas Oil Red and Tacky. It doesn't take too much. You know, it doesn't even take a full tube of this to do all the bearings. If you do it right and kind of conserve the grease. This is about $8. I'll have a link to this on Amazon too. So continuing with the zerks, you can see how hard it is for me to get that coupler on and off of the zerk fitting. So there's this device that I always wanted to try, and Jeffrey Hall, thank you for sending this. I put this on my wish list, and he sent us this, and this is going to be the first time I'm going to try it. You can see I haven't even taken it out of the package, but we're going to put it on right now. This thing is kind of expensive. That's why I never bought it for myself. This is going to be fun to try. So you can see how this thing comes out, and it kind of grabs the zerk. So with this trigger here, it should be a lot easier to couple it on, and then you squeeze it again and pull it off. Yeah. The only problem is the clearance issue. Now in this case, these zerks are really easy to get to when the tire's off. But I have some zerk fittings under the truck, and that's basically why I needed to get this sideways coupler. So I may be having to switch back and forth at certain points. The lock and lube. Okay, let me get you a good shot of me attaching this. And you guys put down in the comments anything, any tips or ideas, anything you think I'm doing wrong. Again, I'm really not trying to show you guys how to do this stuff. Just giving you an idea of what it takes to live on the road full time. You know, you got to keep up with this stuff. Okay, wow, that went on super easy. Now give it a few pumps. Okay. There, it's coming out. Take it off. Look at that. Oh, look at how quick this is. You can see it coming out. Oh, you guys can see this thing is like $30. But I have to say, at least for these zerks that are easy to get to, now you can see this one, I'm not, let's see if I can get it. I'm going kind of crooked. Actually, it totally worked. So there's a little bit of an angle because of the tire. You can see how it's not going straight in, but it actually totally worked. A little bit of leakage, but that's nothing. Oh, that's nice. So you can see how spending $30, that goes a long way. That was so fast. That was, I mean, it's like a speed lubing device. That was so quick. I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the same time it would have taken me to do one. You know, getting that coupler on and off, that just takes forever. And then sometimes with certain couplers, they'll be attached, but they'll leak. Tons of grease will come out right where the coupler's attached, and none of it will get into where you're trying to get it into. So far, I'd say this thing is pretty freaking awesome. It does come with a little rebuild kit inside here, in that little package there. So check our links on Amazon, and you don't have to buy it on Amazon, but if you just click on that link and check it out, then that does help out the channel. We appreciate your guys' support. I'm going to get back to finishing the bearings. I got 2 left to do here. Now I want to show you guys one other tool that I love using when I'm doing the bearings is this bearing packer. Check out the link because this product is freaking awesome. And the way it works is you just drop the bearing in there and it's full of grease. You fill it up with grease and then you clamp this down and push it down, and then your bearing will get full of grease and the packing job is done. It's very quick, very easy. Right now I need to fill it up with grease, so I'll use my grease gun for that. This packer, it saves so much time, so I'm giving you guys time-saving tips. Okay, and I just start pumping. So quick. I'll show you how I do the bearings. It's really easy. You just drop it in, screw this part down on top, and then you put all your weight into it and you just push down. And you push down until you see the grease come up through the bearing. Now you can hand pack the bearing, which is the old school way to do it. And if you're good at that, then maybe you wouldn't need this thing, but man, I've tried hand packing and I used so much grease. Like tubes of this, multiple tubes. I sucked at it. And so now you can see this thing is full of grease. And then what I do is I kind of wipe off this old grease that kind of got pushed out. A little bit will get pushed out, even though I did clean the bearings. And then that way it's only got brand new fresh grease in there. And then I'll grease this thing all up on the outside, coat this, and I'll coat the axle that's sticking out. Here, I coat this with grease. Basically everything gets coated with grease. The inside of the hub in there, all that gets coated with grease, especially the races, which is this part right here. You want to coat that with grease. And then you install everything, put a little locking nut on with a pin, and put the wheel back on, you're good to go basically.